General Constitution on July 6, 2008, I noticed the headline, "High Noon at Hartsfield." Airport Chief Ben DaCosta and Representative Tim Bearden, who is the author of recently enacted House Bill 89, were displayed in typical cowboy versus cowboy fashion, above a photograph of Gary Cooper from the 1952 classic western High Noon. And you don't need to be a fan of those wild westerns to understand that, well, this means trouble, son. Georgia House Bill 89 is undoubtedly one of the most controversial pieces of legislation to clear the Georgia General Assembly during the 2008 session, because the bill impacts those of us who choose to ride public transit, visit state parks, or even dine in local restaurants. We can expect a new experience each time we set foot outside our door. In order to fully understand the controversy that surrounds House Bill 89, I will describe what the law actually does. Then, I will outline the reason supporters stand behind House Bill 89, and then I'll conclude with the reasons why opponents deem the bill a legislative mistake. To begin, what exactly is House Bill 89 designed to do? Well, although House Bill 89 is officially called the Employee Privacy and Business Security Act, the bill actually pertains to the carry of concealed firearms. Surprise! To help you understand how House Bill 89, a concealed carry law, regulates gun carry, I'm going to describe first where concealed carry is allowed, then where concealed carry is prohibited. And finally, I'm going to explain the only part of the bill that actually does pertain to business. So first, with House Bill 89, licensed citizens are permitted to carry their weapons into restaurants, state parks, and onto public transit, where carry in purses or jackets is permissible. Dining and drinking alcoholic beverages would constitute a misdemeanor. Now, while allowing concealed carry into more places than before, the bill still prohibits carry in certain places. The bill prohibits concealed carry at places that are prohibited by federal law, and also at public gatherings, which are defined in Section 4 of the bill as athletic and sporting events, churches and church functions, political rallies is another one, publicly owned and operated buildings, and finally, places which derive less than 50% of their food and beverage sales from the sale of food. Finally, it is evident under Section 7 of the bill how a law about gun carry became known as a law about business. In other words, House Bill 89 allows you to carry your gun to work. When it comes to carrying at places of employment, employers may not condition employment under the bill to prohibit an employee from entering a company parking lot if their loaded firearm is locked and out of sight in the trunk, glove box, or other compartment. The bill also provides that employees are not liable for damages that result from the storage, possession, transportation, or even misuse of their firearms. So, with the understanding that House Bill 89 is a concealed carry law, let's examine what proponents of the bill and opponents are saying about it. Advocates of House Bill 89 support the bill for a number of reasons. First, supporters claim that House Bill 89 will enhance public safety. State Senator John Douglas, who is the legislator responsible for adding mass transit and restaurants to the bill, believes that the bill allows citizens to step in and preserve public safety when law enforcement just happens to be unavailable. Now, in his editorial on House Bill 89 at jasonpye.com, Senator Douglas cites several instances across the U.S., including the Virginia Tech shooting, which we're all familiar with as college students, and the shooting at Lovey's Cafeteria, which happened in Killeen, Texas, in which legally armed citizens could have kept students and customers safe if they had been allowed to have their firearm. Second, advocates of the bill argue that it has the power to deter crime. Representative Tim Bearden's belief that the bill will lead to a safer society is cited in the article "Gun Bill Draws Support" on the Valdosta Daily Times website. Representative Bearden is quoted saying that crime would definitely decrease if criminals did not know who was armed before choosing a victim. Now, Bearden's attitude comes from the controversial study "More Guns, Less Crime" by Chicago professors John Blott and David Mustard. And the study found that expanded legal carry by law-abiding citizens actually deters crime. In the fall 1999 issue of American Law and Economics Review, authors Ayres and Donahue point out Lautenmuster's main finding, which is that between states that must issue permits to law-abiding citizens, these are called shall issue states, and states that may issue permits to law-abiding citizens if they choose or not, which are called may issue states, the violent crime rate in shall issue states is substantially lower. So Lautenmuster concluded, more guns, less crime. Finally, supporters of the bill believe that it protects business owners. As strong supporters of the bill, we all know the NRA advocates claim that House Bill 89 is intended to protect business. On the organization's website, a fact sheet called The Truth About Georgia Parking Lot Legislation is posted, and it states that House Bill 89 protects employers and property owners from any liability resulting from the misuse of a firearm, and also creates no new duty on the employer's part to implement or maintain new security measures. While advocates cite public safety, crime, and the rights of business owners in support of the bill, opponents criticize the legislation on these very same grounds. First, opponents believe that the bill is a threat to public safety. In her online interview at whatsgoingon.com, Alice Johnson, founder of Georgians for Gun Safety, states that the bill does nothing to promote community safety or responsible gun ownership. Although extending the rights of gun ownership, the bill does not account for the responsible execution of that right. Ms. Johnson feels that Georgians with permits still face no training requirements in order to carry that weapon, and that's her problem with the bill. Secondly, opponents of House Bill 89 contend that instead of deterring crime, this bill is only going to invite more. The Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police Executive Director Frank Rotondo believes that the bill will increase Georgia's crime by extending gun rights to what he calls an absurd level. The article House Approves Concealed Gun Bill, located on AJC.com, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, expresses Mr. Rotondo's concern that House Bill 89 will have the ultimate effect of occasioning more killings of police officers and innocent civilians. Finally, opponents view the bill as an affront to the rights of business owners. Business leaders from the DeKalb County Chamber of Commerce dispute that the bill deprives business owners of their most fundamental rights rather than securing their rights. The Chamber's website calls the bill a, quote, government grab of private property rights and expresses that the language of the bill takes away from business owners the decision of if, when, and even how firearms may be introduced into workplace, and gives that right exclusively to the government. Although advocates and opponents of House Bill 89 disagree about whether the bill's influence will be positive or negative overall, both sides can at least recognize that public safety, crime, and business owners are sure to be impacted by the bill. As we wait to see who will shoot first and who will miss the mark in this showdown at Hartsfield between DaCosta and Bearden, we can at least better understand now why these cowboys are bringing the heat.